Welcome to St. Paul's Winter Hospitality Overflow training video. Over the next few minutes, you will learn more about the policies and procedures of the WHO program. St. Paul Lutheran Church is located at 1309 Franklin Street in downtown Vancouver, Washington, and serves as the overflow shelter for single men. WHO does not discriminate against anyone based on age, ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation. Drugs and alcohol are prohibited. Under WHO's zero tolerance policy, any guest under the influence of either will be required to leave shelter. Maintaining consistent boundaries is critical for the well-being of volunteers, shelter guests, and the WHO program. Please refrain from offering guests transportation, money, or shelter other than WHO. Plan to arrive at 6 p.m. for setup. A St. Paul core group member will be on hand to answer any questions you may have and to give you the keys. Take a name tag for yourself. You should find the mats already arranged with a chair between each one. Returning guests will have bedding already sorted in bags beside their mats. Be sure each new guest has a bag of clean bedding and a pillow. You'll find pillows and pre-sorted bags of clean bedding in the laundry room. Socks, toothbrushes, soap, and other toiletries are also stored in the laundry room. Make sure the restrooms are fully stocked before guests arrive. There are also loose, clean linens in the hallway near the courtyard entrance. In the pantry, you'll find tea, coffee, sugar, and supplemental snacks. Please remember to lock the door after you have what you need. Before guests arrive, prepare the hot water and coffee, decaf in the evenings, and regular coffee in the morning for wake-up. Wearing rubber gloves, set out snacks on the table near the TV. Fresh fruit, cheese and crackers, and vegetables are all good choices. Anything that can be served cold or heated in the microwave or with hot water is okay. Some volunteers like to bring in a crock pot of hot stew or soup, and this is always appreciated and is always optional. Take a moment to tidy up the clothes table in the hallway. Finally, locate the WHO notebook in the hospitality room. This is where the fire log and nightly notes should be filed. If you have not already, remember to fill out a confidentiality form located at the back of the WHO notebook, and to log your volunteer hours on the sign-in sheet in the pantry. At 6:30 p.m., unlock the back door to the courtyard and warmly greet the guests. One by one, case managers will check them in, assign beds, and make sure each guest undergoes a breathalyzer. Any first-time guests will have gone through the intake process at Share House prior to arrival, but they would appreciate a tour of the facility. Check-in is also when guests sign up for showers and chores. Write each name by the assigned bed number, and ask each guest if he requires an early wake-up call. In the hospitality room, offer guests a warm beverage and a healthy snack. Some guests may be hungrier than others. Microwavable soups, popcorn, and other self-serve snacks are available in the top cabinet in the kitchenette. There are some games available for the guests' enjoyment, but please no gambling. Movies can be watched in the hospitality room, and guests can choose from among those on hand, or you can bring additional selections when you volunteer. Please keep all movies family appropriate with a G or PG rating. Monday Night Football is also a popular activity both for guests and volunteers. From 6:30 to 9:30 p.m., guests may take their scheduled showers. To ensure there is enough hot water for all, please refrain from washing dishes or laundry during this time. Towels are located near the main entrance. Encourage guests to keep within the allotted time frame so that all may enjoy a good, hot shower. Chores are completed before the end of the night, and frequently the guests are more than happy to go above and beyond their required tasks. Beds should be made and showers completed before 9:30 p.m. At this time, lock the doors and turn off the television. Guests' cell phones and laptops must also be turned off at this time to avoid disturbing others. Lights out is at 9:45 p.m. each night. Tidy up the restrooms and hospitality area and put away any leftover snacks. After midnight, perform hourly safety and fire checks to make sure all guests are accounted for, all doors are locked, and all stairwells are free and clear. Record these patrols in the fire log and assist guests as needed throughout the night. The day's towels and bedding for guests who did not return are washed starting at 9 p.m. or after showers are done. Each Monday between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m., the laundry volunteer will wash all remaining bedding so that guests can enjoy fresh sheets and bedding each week. In the case of an emergency, call 911 from the hospitality room phone and try to maintain calm and order. If a guest must leave for the hospital during the night, record this in the logbook under Emergencies. If the guest may not return before morning, remind him to please call the clearinghouse to verify bed availability. If a guest returns from the hospital during the night, check the logbook. Readmit him, provided he has already checked in earlier that night and has a doctor's note. Gently rouse any guests who have requested an early wake-up call. On weekdays, the wake-up time for everyone else is 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. on weekends. Remind returning guests to leave their bedding in bags. Guests will wipe down and disinfect their own mats. Prepare the coffee and set out cereal and other breakfast items. Invite guests to a light breakfast of cereal, fruit, and pastries. It is generally suggested to have juice and 2 gallons of milk on hand. Make sure all guests have left an hour after wake-up call by 7 a.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. on weekends. Each guest must take his things with him when he leaves in the morning, as no personal belongings can be stored at the shelter. Once everyone has headed out, be sure and lock the door. Clean out the coffee pot and wipe down all kitchenette surfaces. Vacuum the common areas and open the windows for circulation. Take a thorough inventory of the fridge and pantry and write down any needed items on the dry erase board. Take rubber gloves and disinfectant wipes from the laundry room. Ensure that each mat has been thoroughly disinfected. Guests will often do this before they leave. Separate the dirty bedding for laundering and clean linens into sets. Remember that the returning guests' bedding will be kept in their bags until wash day on Monday. Pillows are not run through the wash. Once finished with cleanup, please leave the keys on the logbook counter and make sure that all doors have locked behind you. Please check with your group's team lead or with a St. Paul Core Group member if you have any questions. You can also reach our WHO coordinator by calling 360-699-5106. We sincerely hope this video has been helpful in acquainting you with WHO. Thank you for your time and for your commitment to Clark County's homeless and the WHO.